Not just wet, soap.
So this week we're going to show you how to take the slide walls off, the slide molding off, because last week we found some water damage here that we really need to take care of.
So demolition continues. We're also going to be raising the floor up in the living room to match the height of the floor in the front of the camper, because Loretta decided she wants to completely flip the layout and put the TV and fireplace over here. Wiring that needs to get moved, all kinds of crazy stuff. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the series so that you can see all of this happen and figure out how to do it for your own projects.
And get to see the finished product.
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious myself.
We're going to start off by taking the molding off of the slide. To do that, we got to take this little piece of molding off of the front here and the side piece off over here so that we can get to the piece that's holding on the big, huge molding. So you're just going to take your pry bar like we did last week with the wall molding and just wiggle it in, and don't forget, go this way, not this way, to get that all out of there. There we go. Voila. After you get that top piece off, we're going to come around here to the side. You're going to want to start at the top, closer to the front edge. That's where the nailer is. So again, you're just going to put the pry bar in and kind of pull it out a little bit. And then you can work your way down the front edge. By doing this, we're exposing the whole big piece of the molding here, and that's what's going to be harder to get off.
Now the rest of this whole big piece here is just got finished nails through the face right into the front of this 1x6 that's going up like a goalpost on both sides. So what you're going to want to do is get your pry bar in behind this piece, in front of this piece. Tap it in and work it loose. And now, because Loretta already removed this bottom strip, if it is on there tight, you can just pry it loose. And now your top piece is off.
The ultimate goal here is to get as much of the front edge of all of the paneling, the walls, the ceiling, walls, exposed, so that we can get the panels down and figure out where the leak's coming from, re-insulate, fix that, re-insulate, and get everything back up and going. But we have another decorative little piece of molding here before we can get to the front edge of the front of the slide.
Next step is just pull this decorative cap off of the 1x6 here. So we're just going to do that same exact thing. We're going to get our pry bar in behind it, pop all of our finishing nails,
and not glued, which is awesome. Comes off much easier.
Yep. And once you have all the decorative molding off, you can see the screws that hold the wood onto the aluminum frame of the slide. So you can remove all of this to remove your slide if you ever need to do that, which unfortunately we're gonna have to do on this one because it's got a bad roller. So stay tuned for that video. Now we've got all of our edges exposed, we can get the rest of this corner molding off.
And then the walls.
And then start pulling our walls. Before we do the walls, we gotta get our window frames off because they're sandwiched frames. So you can take these screws out of your window frame, pull them off, and then get your wall paneling out. And then find out where the water's coming in.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe we should make the slides taller.
Maybe, because I'm kind of screwed. Like, I'm not a tall person.
No, you got a good view though.
Much better. No power tools for me.
I did want you to bite your tongue off.
Don't act like my tongue still doesn't stick out with a regular screwdriver.
You want the screw gun?
Probably. You want a screwdriver?
No. That's why I buy power tools.
Stuck on something. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it smells weird. Awesome. Come take a look at this. So, that is the telltale sign of a water leak.
Somewhere.
Nice and spongy, just the way you want an exterior wall. So it looks like it's coming in from the window frame area or possibly higher. So we're gonna pull the rest of this apart and see where this stops, and hopefully that's where the leak starts, and then we can kind of go from there on repairs. Well, it's still got a little bit of moisture, and it hasn't rained in days, and it's 100 degrees out, so that's cool. Wetness up in the top corner here.
Yeah, there is. So that means it's coming in from the top.
You guys want to see? Check it out. So you can see here, it comes all the way down from this top edge here, so that means our roof on our slide is leaking somewhere. So we're gonna learn a whole another skill that you guys are gonna get to learn with us. We should just throw this thing away and buy a Brinkley. If somebody ever finishes their project over there.
I can't get this corner off. I asked Doug Vila to come help me, and he didn't.
I don't think so, Tim. Didn't you say I was more Richard Carnes? Yeah, look at that. That's even worse. That's freaking awesome.
I knew it.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
It's wet. That's black.
Yeah, thanks. I guess we'll just stand here and die. Like,
Well, they always tell you on the airplane, save yourself. You can't save somebody else until if you're dead.
now you're listening to the safety briefing. You guys can see this side's even worse. That is positively wet, and we got a good amount of mold growth. Saga continues. So we're gonna finish stripping this. Once we get this all naked, we'll come back to you guys with a plan on how we're gonna remediate all this mold.
Everything we do, I just feel so depleted.
Deflated?
Deflated
Yeah.
and defeated.
So the water leak is definitely coming from up in the roof area somewhere. Rip the ceiling down, and if you look close, you can see all the water on the framing at the ceiling level. So means we've got water coming in from the top, working its way all the way down to the bottom of the slide, and then to the interior floor in the RV. So I'm glad we started with the living room. Just not happy with how it's going. On the plus side though, this one is stripped. One more slide to go.
Oh, yay.
So, quick update. The other slide wall is worse. We just got the interior panel off of that one, so check this out. Not just wet, soaked. Like how soaked? Like soaked. Soaking wet. To the point where you are probably going to have to rebuild the slide.
Like, this is terrible.
Yeah, good thing we decided to do this and it didn't just fall off while we're driving. One dry wall out of 4. Alright, so all the walls are down, carpet's out. That wall, I could probably push my finger through it, it's so soaking wet. So we're gonna have to rebuild this whole slide now as part of this renovation. And we may as well do the other side too. And there's no point in going any further inside until the exterior shell is done. So we're gonna reorganize the videos that we told you we were gonna be doing. I'm gonna show you how to take a slide out and replace the side walls. You may as well replace the slide rollers while we're under there.
You know, this project just got like, we thought it got bigger with the walls. This is nothing. That was nothing compared
when
to this.
we kind of styrofoam glued.
That was nothing compared to this.
Yeah, no, this completely blows the budget, and
we don't have a camper for a year.
No.
At least. This is a lot of work.
This is a lot of long nights after work, yeah. But since I'm the foreman, I'm calling a work stoppage. Bourbon 30.
Oh yeah, I have to make this up. Yeah.
Doug, I don't even have enough to put color in my glass.
You don't like bourbon? I, however, do.
I like bourbon, just not your bourbon.
Woodford Reserve, the bourbon of choice. Also, the sponsor of the Kentucky Derby.
You should check out that video.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And that adventure went much better than this one.
What's the first time I broke the camper?
This is easy as fuck to get off. You wanna know why?
Yeah, check that out. There's the link.